are you? Thank you. Today I have a question for you all right now. Have you ever had a time in your life when you thought, I'm just not good enough? I mean, I'm trying so hard, and I keep trying, but that girl, she can do it, but I can't. Have you ever felt that way before? When you just can't seem to get it right? Well, if you said yes, it's okay. It's totally okay. It's actually pretty normal. My name is Ruka. I'm 22 years old, and I upload videos of myself talking to the camera, alone in my bedroom, about beauty, almost every single week on YouTube. Yes, I have exposed my bare face to the entire world. It's pretty scary, but once you get used to it, you're fine. But more importantly, I have had that same experience as well. I have felt like, nothing's going right, and I'm trying so hard to climb this mountain, but I just keep slipping down. But I never let that stop me, especially with my experience on YouTube. It has made me to become the stronger person. But I'm not suggesting you have to do YouTube to feel that way. If you just keep trying, you'll get it. And it's all connected to positivity. And that, it'll come through with a little bit, a sprinkle of self-acceptance. Who uses Instagram in this room? Anyone? Yeah, see? You see kids on the streets and they're taking a selfie or they're posing it in front of the cafe and you're like, okay, that's definitely for the Instagram, right? Like, do it for the gram, whatever. Yeah, I'm guilty of that too. Yeah, that's me. Like, how self-obsessed can you be, right? And no, I do not stand like that in front of every single Starbucks on the street, okay? Because this is the image of me online, what I present myself as. And some people, they may see my image from my Instagram or what I post online and think, this girl must have it all, My pictures, I think, look pretty nice, right? I mean, I look like I have a happy life, I look like I go to great places, and I'm having a great time. And I get a lot of questions all the time from my followers on YouTube or social media. They say, Ruka, how can you live your life so positive? And some of them will even tell me, I wish I could live your life. And I'm like, no, you don't want to live my life. Because for me, yes, I will admit that, I do live a very positive and happy and full life. I'm very content with my life. But for me to reach that point, there were a lot of things that I had to go through, and my journey began when I was 14 years old. It's quite personal, but when I was 14, become a teenager, you start to worry about your self-image. You start to worry about how you look, how people think of you. You become very consumed in this. And for me, it was over winter break. I had a little bit too much during my Christmas dinner time, and I had packed on a few kilograms, and I thought to myself, Ruka, the New Year's resolution for 20, whatever, when I was in high school, it is going to be to shed that amount of weight that I had gained on Christmas time. And at first, it started with, okay, I'm just going to shed that pounds away, maybe stop snacking for a little bit. But then that sooner escalated. I stopped eating breakfast. I stopped eating lunch. I was on the track team. I wasn't the fastest runner, trust me, as you can see. But, I would compete in my meets on an empty stomach. I would rush home, go soak myself in the hottest bath ever, sweat all my water weight off, and think that that's my happy life, That's my happiness. Well, in fact, no, because I was so consumed in just thinking about, losing that weight. I had blocked out all my friends that I had. I felt very alone, but that was because I was the issue. And I didn't notice that until my mother, we look alike, right? She's very cute, I love her. And she's very nice, she's very supportive. She's always, Ruka, do whatever that makes you happy. She's a very, very nice mother, and I wouldn't replace her for anyone else. But one day she came up to me and she saw that, my hair had fallen on the ground. I had literal, clumps of hair on the ground because of my health stage, and my doctors were very worried about me. And she came up to me and she said, Ruka, if you're so consumed and so worried about how you look, you should just die. Why don't you shake your life? My own mother. Can you imagine your own mother that gave birth to you, that gave life to you? She said those words to me. And for the first time, it was a wake-up call. I saw myself, I excluded myself, and I saw myself from the outside and said, wow, this girl needs help. She is so lonely, she has no idea what she's doing, and she thinks that this makes her happy. And around that same time, that was when I discovered makeup videos online on YouTube. It was right about the time when it started becoming famous, and I would see all these girls passionate about beauty and passionate about what they do, confident, everything that I didn't have. And I thought, wow, I want to be like that. But in order for me to do this, I can't do it when I'm a mess. I can't do it when I'm completely at a zero state. So then I decided to change myself there and then, and decided, you know what? I'm going to stop being whatever consumed in everything that I have been with my weight and my body image, and I'm going to try to show a little bit of me. So then I turned on my video camera that we had in my family, and I recorded myself, and I uploaded my first video. First few videos, I didn't get much views, but then sooner or later, when I was expressing who I was, more people started to be like, oh my gosh, your videos are so great, you're such a fun person. And I thought, really? Really? Me? A nice person? Really? It just didn't make sense. But then I realized, it's okay to be me. It's okay. I don't have a supermodel figure. I don't have, the most attractive face. I don't have, my eyes aren't too, big or anything. But for me, being who I am, people can like me. That was the first time that I realized that. And sooner or later, that became kind of my boost for my confidence. And I thought, wow, this is something that I want to continue to do, and I want that to be my drive. And I'm not suggesting, you have to do something grand to think that way, because positivity is a choice. You decide what you do in your life, because you're in control, right? I mean, let's say at 15, I decided, even if my mother said those horrendous words to me, and I thought, you know what, I don't care, Mom, whatever. I'm gonna live my life, I'm gonna do my thing, leave me alone. If I had said that, I would not be this kind of person standing in front of you all right now today. Not at all. But because I chose to be positive, and because I thought, you know what, I need to change, that realization when it clicked me, it changed my I can't to my I can. And it allowed me to kind of overcome my biggest fear because I was able to experience that. And so accepting yourself for who you are can be a hard thing, because you're constantly, especially with social media right now, and it might be, kind of weird because I'm on social media, I'm saying this, but, it kind of attacks you in a sense where you're constantly comparing yourself to other people. Oh, I have to be better like them, or, it's constantly in your feed, and you're like, oh no, right? But, you know what, accepting yourself for who you are, you can only do you, because you are the only person who's driving your own life. And so that's why, ever since that occurrence to me, I've decided to constantly challenge myself. And that has helped me so much, where I, thought I would know beauty brands and no one would want to work for me, but then people started noticing me, and I thought, you know what, if I can do that, and if I have overcome this huge thing in my life, I can do anything. And yes, it's hard with everyone telling me, I get hate comments all the time, don't get me wrong. Online, on YouTube, you put yourself out there, but I put myself out there at a risk. And even though I get those comments, I've learned to grow a tougher skin, because what I want to say the most is, you have to love yourself. You have to accept yourself, and you have to love yourself in order to inspire or make any kind of action or challenge to anything. And I really hope that the power of positivity will continue to drive my life and become my motivation as well. And even though I may, again, not be the perfect person on earth, that's okay, and I'm totally fine with it. And for you all too, that's okay too. And I hope that this message will kind of be somewhere in your hearts today, and you can take that across with you when you walk through those doors today.